Hey everyone, how are you doing? Thanks so much for stopping by my channel. I'm going to be conducting a daily energy reading for the collective, so please be advised to take what resonates and to leave the rest behind. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel. It will help with the algorithms at the moment because everyone's getting hit by them, and I would appreciate it if you could just put a like in or a share to help this video to get around. This message that was coming through feels a little bit quite, significant for somebody. And what I was getting was what happened and why things didn't work out. That's the downloaded message that I received, and it was quite sort of like a bit of a heavyish type of download that had come through. So this feels as if this is something that's quite recent. So in the last few weeks, at least, something that's playing on your mind as well. So let's get into this without further ado. As I say, just take what resonates, and let's get in and see what this is about. What happened? Why things didn't work out? Kind of see what it is that you were trying to aim for, trying to get. Catch a breath, This can be anything, right? So just apply this to your situation currently. I'm just going to go with it being just very generalized. So let's go. First up, we have got the Knight of Wands in the upright position. Good card, but with this energy, it does sort of come in and out. So there may have been feelings of passion for something, and then after a while it just sort of died down. If you may have had to wait, some time for it. We've got the Queen of Swords in the reverse. So maybe not really getting enough clarity on something, or just maybe your mind was focused on other things. We've got the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. Let's go with the last two cards. The Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. I've got the King of Swords in the upright position. And then the card underneath the bottom of the deck is the Four of Wands in the reverse. So this really feels as if this was something that, okay, the intentions were there. It was good. Because this is something, when you've got the Four of Wands, you've got the Ace of Pentacles, you've got the Ten of Pentacles. These are really powerful, really, really good cards to have. Now, what I'm getting as well is a duration, a waiting process. A duration of time that may have lapsed, passed, and because of the fact of, really, especially with the Queen of Swords not being upright, to balance out the King of Swords energy, this feeling then became a thing of like, well, is this really going to be something that, is it going to be happening, or, am I hearing back from somebody? Because this is, as I said, these are really, really amazing cards. This is about security. This is about building. This is about, maybe creating multi-general wealth. If, you were waiting for a team member, something like that of that effect, or if you were looking to buy a house, something of that, something that if the energy was sustaining, this would have been, successful. But I'm really interested to know why this Queen of Swords was in an upright, is not in an upright position. It should be. I'm hearing belief system for one. Belief system for one. So let's just expand on this. I'm also getting this feeling because of the King of Swords can have a little bit of, I wouldn't say so much of an attitude problem. It's almost as if like it will be quick to dismiss because the Queen of Swords isn't really balancing this energy out. it's almost like you want hard facts. I believe it when I see it. You know, this isn't something that where hoping comes in. Yes, you've got the desire for something, you've got the intention in a sense, but if it doesn't really come through like in a way, then you're quick to dismiss it as, oh, it's just another, waste of my time, etc., etc. So let's see about what this Knight of Wands is, because this can be in the form of a person, or it could be event driven. But something happened here with regards to the reason why this Knight of Wands is the first card of the spread, but also they do have a tendency, it does have a tendency, if it's not a person, this energy does have a tendency of, having a bit of a back and forward kind of energy. So let's see, with the Knight of Wands, what do we have? We've got the Six of Cups in upright position. This is something that has happened before, and I feel that this is where it's a thing of like, I can see now, get a bit of an understanding why the Queen of Swords would be in the reverse. If this is something that's coming back in again, like another opportunity that could be coming in, another round of this. And I'm getting a sense of this Queen of Swords, like being quite tired of this and getting really fed up, almost to the point of where, look, you come in with this nonsense and I'm just going to just quickly dismiss this as soon as, or giving this energy a certain amount of time, and if it lapses, if it goes over that time, then that's it. But there's a feeling of real frustration here. With the Queen of Swords in the reverse, we do have the Wheel of Fortune upright. So as I said, it feels as if this was like time or event driven, because we do have now something to do with the past, where okay, it might have been something in the past where, okay, yeah, it was ideal, but all right, something might have happened. But I'm getting this feeling of like 2 strikes or 3 strikes and you're out, because this Queen of Swords energy doesn't appreciate these kind of patterns. And if there's a pattern recognition here, if this is something that, listen, you've done this before, I don't expect you to do this again. I'm just going to cut you off. And that's it. Now, another thing as well, this Queen of Swords and King of Swords energy doesn't have to literally pertain to one person or within the inner feminine and masculine energies. This can be you and another person dealing with a situation of this person in the form, say if it is in the form of a person who maybe, you're trying to do a deal with, you're trying to have some kind of legal situation regarding property, because this is to do with, it feels very property based. Okay. And I just feel that if you are not, prepared not to sort of like lose out on money or have to spend more money on something, then, you're not going to allow this person another chance. Let's see what we've got going on with the Ten of Pentacles being in the reverse. We've got the Empress in the reverse. So this can have the potential of growing. So this can be about an investment. This can be to do, as I said, with something generational, multi-generational, or generational wealth that you're trying to achieve. If you and another person are involved in this, which, as I said, and with this Empress being in reverse, it's got some really good potential here. It's got some very, very strong potentials of being very successful. But if you've got somebody that's trying to give you the runaround, then it's just going to be, it's almost as if these 4 cards are going to be like pipe dreams. What's the Ace of Pentacles about, please? We've got the Two of Swords. So this is where it really feels to me as if there's a feeling here of the King and Queen of Swords being sort of like in opposite ends, which is creating this sort of like, well, I need time to decide on whether or not this is going to be ideal. Because it feels to me as if someone's trying to kind of like say, oh, well, it might have to cost you a little bit more money, because of the time lapse, or if it's a feeling of like, you may be paying for someone's services, but are you getting the service that you really do deserve? Is it justified? Then that's where this two of swords now comes into effect of being, well, I can see why these other cards are the way how they are, positioned the way how they are. With the King of Swords upright, we have got the Seven of Cups upright. So there is a feeling of a bit of discombobulation going on here. This can also be to do with as I said, a legal situation. You might be dealing with somebody who, I'm not saying that they may, do this intentionally, to mess you up, but do they actually have the good credentials? Do they have the experience of helping you and assisting you with regards to this situation? Because this is a big deal. Okay, the Four of Wands in the reverse, the Empress in the reverse, the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. These are really good, amazing cards to have. But because they're all in the reverse, to me, they're all connected to each other. And, what you're trying to do to bridge them, to bring this in, your efforts, you don't want your efforts to go to waste, okay? And I feel with the King of Swords, it's a thing of like, well, what other options do I have? What's my other options? What's the best choice for me right now? And with the Two of Swords, I feel that you were close to sort of making a decision here. You don't really want to be confused about this, and very indecisive. You don't really want that. And, time is really of the essence. We do have the Wheel of Fortune here. The card underneath the bottom of the clarifying deck is the Knight of Wands. So to me, this feels as if like this is the reason being this Knight of Wands energy wasn't really giving, the consistency that you're looking for. Even though they're in the upright position, the thing that is that the main issue is this Knight of Wands. All right. And it's interesting, they're the only two, fire cards apart from, obviously the Four of Wands. So it can be, if you sort of like look on the wands in the Knight's hands, because there's two of them, if you add these two wands together to the Four of Wands, you'd get the Six of Wands, which would be overcoming, a sort of difficult challenge here, okay, where you can be successful. So let's close out this reading and let's see what we've got going on with the Luminous Pathways Oracle. See what messages we can get in addition to this reading. So we've got the Sacred Chalice that's popped out. Abundance, nourishment, and fulfillment. This is what you're trying to achieve here. Okay? This is it. And it really matches with the Empress energy very well, even though it's in reverse. But to me, it strikes me as this is being the main intention for you. Abundance, nourishment, and fulfillment, which is what you're going to get with these 4 cards. Okay? So it's not like to say it's not going to happen. It's just that, the energy needs to align perfectly for this to take off. We've got the Rainbow Bridge, connection, hope, and promise. I do feel that maybe this energy of the Knight of Wands was like really charming and trying to give promise of something that was coming in. Yeah, this is definitely going to happen. Da, 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 da. And then when it doesn't, it's like when the energy goes down, then your hopes go down as well. The disappointment kicks in, and then this is a thing of like, listen, if you're going to be playing me around, forget it. Okay. The next message that I've got, the Divine Mirror, self-reflection and truth. So to me, this really aligns with the Two of Swords energy here. And it depends on your perspective on what the truth is, because it does feel to me that there isn't really, say, like 100% probability that this is the absolute truth, because these two cards are in the reverse here. One of the cards is in the reverse, the other one isn't. And that's where the Two of Swords kind of comes into play. You may not actually get the full gist as to what's actually going on with this person. And as I said, if they're trying to give off this charm or this feeling of like, you know, this player type energy of, yeah, trust me, yeah, I've got, you know, I've got the experience, I've got the connections. You know, there could be a reason why this person is saying it. They could have certain things going on within their lives and they don't really want to share that with you. All right. The next card that we've got is the clarity, focus, and divination. The Seer's Crystal. So I do get this feeling of, again, really using insight here, and maybe there needs to be more clarity, more focus. This is what I feel that you needed. You needed to have more clarity from this person. And if they weren't giving you the clarity that you, like the truth, the proof of what was going on, then this isn't really going to be sitting well within you. And then the next card that we've got is the Herald's Call, announcement and significant news. Now, this actually was in the reverse, turned it up. So maybe this is what was needed, an announcement. Maybe this is what you were waiting for, some kind of message, some kind of feedback from them. And if this wasn't given, if it wasn't honored, then this is where, you know, the thoughts could start to go into other areas. And then you end up losing the clarity, end up losing the focus. Card underneath the bottom of the deck is the Shooting Star. So wishes, hope, fleeting opportunities. And this really reminds me, and it really aligns with the Knight of Wands energy. These fleeting opportunities. So it's almost like it comes in like bursts of clusters, like bits and pieces, instead of showing strong consistency here. All right. So if they're not really being like persistent and consistent with you, which is what you're trying to have and achieve, then this is where, you know, things are going to start to fall into disarray and start to unravel at the seams. So this is what I've got. It's either you make this decision to just burn the bridge, cut the connection off of this person and go elsewhere. If this, to me, it's really, as the reading unfolds, this is giving me a situation to do with property. This is giving me a situation to do with, you know, either looking to buy a house or looking to sell it. Okay. In order to get something better for yourself, for your family as well. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this reading. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, as I said, and I will see you all in the next reading. Have a great day. Take care.